This is Starseed Jason Moss on the next video clip. My apologies for crying like this. As I was saying in the last clip, I was experiencing all of her feelings and her fear of these soldiers. She did seem to have a connection to the blonde soldier. There was a deep connection to that one. I could feel that very strongly. There was that connection. But it was a good connection, a positive connection to the lady that was chaperoning the contact. It was a good connection. The colonel that was out there said that everybody's memories would be altered and they won't remember this night. They won't remember it. Including that blonde soldier that was standing with me, who I hold in high regard, by the way. I do hold in very high regard. She shouted, the blonde soldier shouted at the male soldier to not treat her that way, or don't hurt her, don't grab her by the arm like that. She had tears in her eyes also. She was crying. And the colonel said, what the hell's going on? And why is he crying? What's going on here? And she said, sir, it's like he's watching his girlfriend get assaulted. And he went, oh geez, all nuts. Like, oh dear. He goes, well, I didn't know they had that kind of connection. And I started getting angry, said a bunch of dumb things to them, shouting at them, threatening them, you know. I said, I was in the army. I said, you guys are, I started saying dumb things about how I've had infantry training and you're just a bunch of airmen. No offense. I said, if it's a connection you guys want to break, I very boldly said, then don't hurt her, kill me. I said, shoot me. I'm not afraid to die. I said, I'm a trained soldier myself. I said, but kill me, spare her any suffering. Don't harm her. I said, she's an amazing person, full of feelings and love. Don't hurt her. I said, shoot me. I was unable to protect her at the time. I couldn't stop what was happening. And everything that she went through, I was feeling. He said, when I said, don't harm her, that soldier, he said, I'll do what I want. She's not a human being. You see, this is what I was talking about in my earlier video clips about love. His understanding of love was a duality of ego. He had this idea that some understand it more than others. You see, this is why this is so important for me. That we understand non-duality of ego. That we understand that we're all equal in heart on the inside. That love is unified in all beings. That we're not separate. And if he understood that at the time, in fact, if they all did, they wouldn't have even been there that night. They wouldn't even have tried to interfere with the connection that I had with her and the others. There wouldn't even be this fear running through governments about this. There wouldn't be any fear anywhere. There's nothing to fear. The only thing that ever frightened me was how people's reaction were on this planet that carry weapons. She told me in our phone chat that she forgave them. She told me in my mind on the street that night, don't shout at them, don't get angry with them. She said, I forgive them, Jason. And she says, I'm not angry with them. In a world full of humanity, thinks itself so arrogantly perfect, so better than everyone else, believing that you have a divine spark in you and on you the only one that matters. Convinced of this argument because of all you've seen in your lives and yourselves. Every day you wake up, that's what you see. Your TV shows, your movies always make them out to be monsters. You have an endless amount of science fiction, of aliens are here to invade and they're monsters. There were monsters that night on the road. Oh yes. There were invaders that night on the road. But they were wearing uniforms. They were not from other worlds. They weren't hybrids. They drove cars, they paid taxes, they lived right here on this planet. But as she said to me, as she taught me, forgive them. Don't be angry with them. Find a oneness and a unity in this. A balance. Don't have any pain. I forgive them. I do. As she does. And even though I feel her loving connection all the time since remembering her these last couple of years, I do feel her even now. I've had experiences with her, I feel her all the time. That is the saving grace in all this. Against that painful memory. There's also a lot of love in that memory in 1992 that came back to me. And love that I've felt since. That love is a fifth dimensional kind of unifying love. The more I connect to that love, the more I understand the concepts of spirituality. You see, it's a cycle. And the more I connect to her love, and the more I connect to that love, and continuously I keep understanding, the more I understand, the more I understand. I don't understand it all. I'm still learning. But it keeps driving me further into the fifth dimensional sense of understanding that connection, that love. And she's pulling me further into this all the time. I do love her aspect of this dimension as well. There is a special connection to this person out there. But I think that pretty much covers the 1992 experience without going into a lot of details. I don't want to go into a lot of details. There's a lot of stuff that came after that only a few people are aware of. David Chase, who's a researcher, a friend of mine who's very, very good at putting up with me. Give him credit for putting up with me, where a lot of people just, I think some of it does sound a bit inconsistent. What came next was a little hard to swallow, a little bit hard to take, even for me. What I began to remember had some aspects in it that were a bit odd. I think I saw myself that night on the road. There might have been a rescue attempt that took place. I don't want to go into that too much. That's a bit hard even for me to swallow down what I remember seeing that night. But if you believe in time travel, some do, some don't. I don't want to go into that too much right now on this video. I might do it at a later point. But it was a rather interesting experience that came after the fact. It's something that was a bit hard to understand. So I'll cut the video clip now for that. And the next video clips will be about what I've learned about spirituality and share that with everybody. And basically I'll just be talking about zetas and grays and and the life as one, or what I remember about this non-biological beings, and their importance in that civilization and this connection, and the importance of the spiritual beings that are in the non-biological life. I'm adding to my 2 cents worth to the YouTube world of people that are into this. My contribution. I don't come here to say that I have all the answers and I know it all. I don't. But I'd like to thank all of you for listening to these video clips. And I'm not selling anything. I have nothing to sell about this. It's free. Here it is. And I give everybody love. And on behalf of her and me, and love is shared. I spread love to you all. There's no need to fear. Let's all have unity and balance, non-duality, and love and oneness to you all. Namaste. I send you love and peace.